Hello, I'm Terry Rowe, Rotary Action News anchor for the Rotary Club of Temecula, and this is Rotary This Week. My goodness, a lot has happened since I was on the air last, so let's get to it, shall we? Our lead story, Golftoberfest. The Rotary Club of Temecula's 5th annual golf tournament took place on October 18th, and it was a resounding success. A big giant thank you goes out to all of the sponsors, golfers, and volunteers who made it happen. You are all superheroes. Because of all of you and your generosity, our club is going to get to keep doing all of the wonderful projects we do right here in our community and around the world. And we thank you. Your support will change and save lives. I promise you that. We had a lot of fun out there. There was a putting contest, an 18 holes round of golf with perfect weather and hole sponsors with fun games and conversation, brats, beers, and dogs for all the golfers, Rotary Beerstein trophies for the first, second, and third place winners, and wonderful auction items including a helicopter ride with the Riverside County Sheriff's Department. In fact, 2 people bid and won that ride. Me. All my rides with the Sheriff's Department have been free, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I even got to pop into the tournament for a bit and enjoy the festivities. It was so much fun. Just about as much fun as that time back in '78 when Jack Nicklaus and I snuck into Augusta to play our annual round of pants versus shirts. I, as usual, chose shirts. Anyway, somebody must have slipped a little something into our onward palmers, because by the time the authorities caught up to us, Jack and I were laughing and making sand angels in the trap at hole 9. The Carolina Cherry! We also had some wonderful speakers over the last month. We heard from past District Governor Dr. Helene Kalfas, who shared some heart-wrenching stories about human suffering around the world and how Rotary's global grant projects make an impact in addressing those issues. We heard from our youth exchange student Martina, who told us all about herself, her home, and all of her travels so far. And we heard from past President Craig Davis, who did some good old-fashioned craft talking. He told us of his history and the importance of a home, as well as his love of sports, especially those World Series champs, the Los Angeles Dodgers. Sadly, he did not wear these shorts. Just look at them. They're glorious. And it looks like we're going to have to put another place setting out this Thanksgiving because we've added a new member to our club, Amber Nicole Hess. Welcome to the family. We're glad you could join us. Now buckle up, because we have some club updates to cover. In youth exchange news, our inbound exchange student, Martina, has been very busy. She got to carve her very first pumpkin, along with a bunch of us Rotarians, and one is hers. Well, would you look at that smile? Awesome. In addition, she got to go on a balloon ride with some fellow Rotarians on a Grape Escape balloon piloted by our very own club member, Rusty Manning. Heck, I even managed to hitch a ride. It reminds me of the time back in '55 when I was serving as a key grip, just a wide-eyed lad of 18, cutting my teeth in the biz, on the set of Around the World in 80 Days. And I was throwing dice with David Niven and Shirley MacLaine in the back lot near the animal enclosures. I was down about 2 large that I didn't have to a couple Teamsters. I decided to make my escape by stealing the movie's life-size replica balloon. Turns out I had company as there were 3 rhesus monkeys in tow. Well, I got away, but shortly thereafter I got into a little misunderstanding over rations with those monkeys, and they ended up putting me out of the basket somewhere over Lisbon. Good guys, but a little testy. You know, sometimes I wonder whatever happened to them. Anyway, back to club news. Our club, through our military committee, was able to have a baby shower in a box delivered to the Mew. Thanks go out to our club member Janice Swinson for making that happen. That's a beaut. And we managed to help with not 1, but 2 trunk-or-treat events. The first, where we delivered candy for the Mew, and the second, where we decorated our club member Craig Davis's truck and passed out candy at the Safe Trunk-or-Treat event in Old Town. A shout-out goes to Cesar Hernandez and club members Lisa Locke, Janice Swinson, Jamie Finsel, Wendy Doomlau, and Craig and Kathy Davis for making this happen. In related news, unfortunately our president did succumb to temptation and he took down a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Rotary hero? Just shameful. That's one you owe us. Moving on. Our club, through our bridge committee, was able to deliver a birthday in a box for a child at Mission Hope Empowerment Village as part of our Birthday in a Box for Mom and Tots program. Thanks go out to our club member, Dave Thompson, and his wife, Marcy Thompson. Well done. Also, furniture was donated and delivered to some young men who had recently moved into transitional housing. Thank you to our club members, Wendy Doomlau and Jamie Finsel, and her husband, Mike Finsel, for donating the furniture. And to our club members, Jamie and Craig Davis, his son, Kyle Davis, and Jerry Conchar, along with the young new tenants, for helping with these deliveries. I would have helped, but you all know I have that back thing from that trapdoor incident that happened back in '79 on The Muppet Show. Gonzo, listen to me. You know I love you. I do, but I'm still having trouble forgiving you. And in senior news, our club, through our senior committee, participated in one humdinger of a spooktacular down at the Mary Phillips Senior Center. There was a choir, candy, a costume contest, prizes, and delicious cupcakes. Coincidentally, I happened to be down there signing up for the Fit, Fun, and Fabulous class and had decided to pop in for the Halloween festivities. And because of my 50-plus years of broadcast experience, they even let me read off the winning tickets. Thanks go to our senior committee chair, Becky Young, and club members Shane and Jeanette Lazowski, Cindy Light, Deborah Johnson, Kelsey Stryker, Stephanie Bast, and soon-to-be Rotarian Kate Costers. In general community service news, we were out at Mission Hope Empowerment Village helping paint. Kudos to President Bob and Wendy Doomlau, as well as her friend Hope. Hey, Prez, did you manage to get any paint on the walls? Anyway, later that same day, District Governor and our very own club member Judy Zulfikar, President Bob, really? He did more than 2 things in one day? Well, okay. And club members Wendy Doomlau, Mark Badasiak, and Shane Lazowski, Wendy's friend Hope, and Mark's fiancee Lori, went down to our adopted park, Rotary Park, and cleaned it all up. Job well done. In some club service news, many of our club members walked as a Rotary team at the Michelle's Place Walk of Hope in support of our fellow club member Kim Garish and Michelle's Place Cancer Resource Center. And a few of them, including our president, even volunteered to direct traffic starting at 5:30 a.m. Now wait a minute. Just wait a minute. Charles? Chuck? Are you telling me our president worked at more than one event this year? Yeah? Well, I don't believe it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna need proof. I was there. I never saw him. There's a photo, you say? Well, let's show it. Well, I apologize. I stand corrected. Back to the walk. I was happy to join Brian and Cynthia Manziel, David Marcy Thompson, Greg and Kathy Davis, Julie Doe, Jerry Conchar, Darren Deese, Mike and Kelly Noon, Amber Kirby, Bill Pfeffer, and Ingrid Sweeney at the walk. There's even some video of me running there. Just look at that graceful body in motion, like the majestic gazelle running free on the open plains. I would have PR'd it too, but alas, I pulled a Hamley shortly after this video was captured. Let that be a lesson to you young athletes. Make sure to stretch, and never carbo load on breakfast burritos and scotch before a race. In a developing club story, our annual Holiday Baskets program is beginning, and the club is going to need all of our help. We will need volunteers to help pick up food, sort food, pack food, and deliver food. We'll also need you to sign up to donate food. I understand there's a Sign Up Genius link you can use to do so. Sign Up Genius. I'm pretty sure that was invented by Albert Einstein. That's a fact. In addition, we're still looking for host families for our youth exchange student Martina, and we will need volunteers to help with wrapping presents at our annual Shop with the Cop program. Please feel free to reach out to Jim McLaughlin regarding being a host family, and to Stephanie Merce regarding Shop with the Cop. Now it's time for the Rotary Pet of the Week, in memory of my good friend Ron Burgundy's dog, Baxter. This one has been submitted by our members Brian and Cynthia Manziel. And this here is Penny Lane, who seems to be asking, "What the heck are you looking at?" Well, I'm looking right at you, you big, beautiful girl, you. And before we move on, in some sad news, our thoughts are with our club member and community service chair, Wendy Doomlau, who recently lost her kitty cat. Rest in peace, Mr. Sandman. No one could rock a sweater vest quite like you. And now in our last bit of club news, Stephanie Merce and I visited the studios at K-Frog to talk about Rotary and our club Shop with the Cop program. Our president insisted on tagging along, and as it turns out, it was a good thing. Seems I had a little bit too much fun at my monthly rummy game. Emphasis on the rummy, if you know what I mean. And I nodded off in the green room. Bob filled in for me, and bless his heart, he did the best he could. Thank goodness for Stephanie. Stephanie was there to save the day and shine like a diamond on the airwaves. As for our upcoming meetings, our next meeting will be on November 6th at noon at Galway Downs, and we'll be hearing from Robert Kellerhouse, Greg Ian, and Mark Connolly about the sporting facility at Galway Downs and the 2028 Olympic equestrian events. On November 13th, we will be attending the Murrieta Field of Honor luncheon at noon in lieu of our normal club meeting. And then on November 20th, we'll be right back at the old MSJC for a club meeting, where we will hear from Amy Moravec about Neighborhood Healthcare's new PACE Center. Well, that's all for this week. Remember, until next time, keep putting service above self. And stay classy, Rotary.